Welcome to the 3026 breakdown. This is your boy, Jon Lee. And today I want to talk to you about why I'm not betting the main event of UFC on Fox 22 and why you shouldn't either. This weekend, Paige Vanzant, the very blonde and very basic Paige Vanzant, fights Michelle Waterson, who is basically every MMA fan who has a thing for Asian women's fantasy come to life. And this is a really tough fight to pick, man. I have gone back and forth. I watched a lot of tape on both of these two. I think I watched their last 4 fights, going back to Invicta and atomweight for Michelle Waterson. And maybe I'm not good at watching fights. I mean, I'm totally open to the possibility I'm not, but I have no idea how to translate what Michelle Waterson did at 105 in Invicta to 115 in the UFC. So this is pretty tough, man. On one hand, you have Paige Vanzant, who, in addition to being famous and blonde and pretty, doesn't really have any real skill anywhere. You could honestly make a real argument that she's the least skilled non-heavyweight to ever main event a UFC card, and it's happened twice. This is not the first time she's main evented a card. It's crazy. It's crazy how far blonde and pretty will take you. I mean, look at Tommy Lauren. So the things that Paige does have, though, are, number one, it's in her backyard in Sacramento, so you figure if it's close, she might get the hometown decision, especially on the night her mentor Uriah Faber has his last fight. She's a little bit bigger. I don't believe that Michelle Waterson is 5'3" as she's listed. I think she's closer to 5'1". She looked pretty similar in height to Angela Mangano when they fought, and as you know, heights are always inflated. She's also got pace. She throws twice as many strikes, like 6.6 to like 3 something for Michelle Waterson. She's younger. She's 22. Waterson's 30. And that's basically it. And she might have the cardio edge, but, you know, we don't really know. She does seem to have heart. She's very tough. She took a beating from Rose, man. And she never gave up. You know, she fought her way out of some submissions that I thought she should have been submitted by. But she's really not skilled at all. Her best area is the clinch, and she doesn't even have any really good entries to the clinch. Like, watch her fight with Bec Rawlings, which people say she lost that first round. I think it's pretty close. Bec Rawlings is really bad, though. Like, that's not any great accomplishment that you fought a close round with Bec Rawlings, even if she probably won, in my opinion. But she'll just stick her hands out. Bec will throw punches at her, and Paige will literally just reach her hands out and try to grab the clinch, and that's her best area. You know, roughing people up against the fence is what she's supposed to be best at, and she doesn't even have a consistent way to get that going. So it's really bad, man. She's really not talented. Her striking is really, not talented. She's really not skilled. She's talented, but she's not skilled. On the other hand, pun not intended, we have Michelle Waterson, who's coming off of a 1.5-year layoff and 2 broken hands. She was supposed to fight Paige when Paige fought Rose Namajunas way back, beginning of this year, late last year, whenever that fight happened. So she's been hurt for a while. She's also kind of small. She's older. And to use my own very sexist, purely speculative narrative, she did have a kid, like, not that long ago. Her kid's like 4, maybe 5. I just wonder what that does to your mentality and also your body. Your body changes during pregnancy, and we all had that crazy friend who had a kid and then became like a really nurturing mom. So I don't know how that goes. Like I said, it's a purely speculative, kind of sexist narrative, but that's enough to make me not really want to bet on Michelle Waterson. Michelle Waterson is more skilled than Paige Vanzant everywhere, but she's a little smaller. She's definitely wilted under pace and pressure before. She's had some weird performances. She had that weird loss to the female jobber in Invicta, where she lost her atomweight crown to Herikio Tabirika, nailed it, who never really did anything. Literally a female jobber. A jobberette? I don't know. I should ask Dan Levy about that. He's where I stole that jobber term from. But yeah, man, I don't know. I'm not touching this one because I really don't trust that 1.5-year layoff, the 2 broken hands, and she's a little bit smaller. I mean, she could come out there and dominate Paige in every phase. She's a much better striker. She's a better grappler. She's probably even a better wrestler. But she also got bulled to the fence by Angela Mangano, who's smaller, not as talented as Paige, not as athletic, not as fast, strong, etc. So a lot of question marks in this fight, which I think is why it's a minus 110 pick'em as I record this video. I have no idea what's going to happen in this fight. And I've seen a lot of really smart people like Patrick Wyman and others talking about how they think Waterson is probably just going to beat her up. And I just don't know, man. Not enough to put my money on it. So I'm not going to bet on this fight, and I would caution you to bet it carefully, if at all. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube, or clicking the little YouTube button if you're watching it on Twitter or somewhere else, and subscribing. I make 3 videos every week, about roughly, when I get the chance. So you'll get great content. It's actually funny, unlike a lot of MMA content out there. So we got jokes. If you like jokes, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. It's a good time.